There is always something to do on a dairy farm. Always cows to milk, of course. But even in winter, machinery to fix. It's the season for taking a workshop or a class to run the farm better. It's also time to get the last of the hay put up in the barn. We join a family of cheese farmers as they toss the bales onto the conveyor. That's today's story of the day.
Support for Story of the Day comes from Clarkson University, offering over 95 programs of study with campuses in the Hudson Valley, Central, and Northern New York. More at clarkson.edu.
Hey, I'm David Sommerstein. It's Friday, January 3rd. First up, the City of Plattsburgh's new mayor was sworn in yesterday. Kara Chapman has more.
Democrat Wendell Hughes is the Lake City's fourth mayor in as many terms. He follows Chris Rosenquist, whose tenure was marked by both big projects like the reconstruction of Margaret Street and big conflicts with city councilors, including accusations of corruption. Hughes and new city councilor Amy Killeen were sworn in at City Hall Thursday. Hughes signaled wanting a new chapter of harmony between the council and the mayor's office.
Having Amy here is a testament to what we need to do the next 4 years. We need to work together as a team and bring our city to better places.
Hughes is a retired corrections captain who served on the Clinton County legislature since late 2020. County law gives the legislature a couple options for how to fill the remaining year of his term. They can either appoint someone to the position within 30 days or opt to hold a special election. Outgoing Mayor Rosenquist sent a goodbye email to city employees and media. He said he'd, quote, remain in service to my community and my family in other ways. Kara Chapman, North Country Public Radio.
New York has banned the buying and selling of certain new clothing that contains PFAS, also known as forever chemicals. They've been linked to reproductive health issues, developmental delays in children, and some cancers. The new law is meant to protect consumers from contact with PFAS. While the bill passed in 2022, it took effect just a few days ago on January 1st. Natalie Abruzzo reports for the New York Public News Network.
Types of clothing included in the bill are used for everyday, formal, and leisure wear for all ages, such as shirts, pants, dresses, as well as onesies, bibs, and diapers, to name a few on the list. Kate Donovan is the Northeast Director of Environmental Health and Senior Attorney with the National Resources Defense Council. She says exposure to PFAS can occur through skin contact.
PFAS in apparel in particular is certainly a concern because we certainly don't want to be wearing pieces of clothing with toxic chemicals on them.
Donovan's team and state officials will be working to pass additional PFAS consumer bills in 2025. They cover textiles, home goods, personal care, and hygiene products. Donovan says the use of PFAS is a life cycle problem, from manufacturing to its disposal.
I think that's the main reason we are concerned about the use of PFAS in consumer products is that we really need to stop using PFAS. We have to turn the tap off to it.
New York will implement additional bans on PFAS in outdoor apparel over the next few years. California and Colorado have similar bans on PFAS in apparel and textiles that also went into effect at the beginning of the year. In Corning, I'm Natalie Abruzzo for the New York Public News Network.
The village of Canton is getting more than $500,000 for projects on an island in the Grass River. According to North Country Now, the state's local waterfront revitalization fund is sending $505,000 to Canton to expand recreational amenities on Willow Island and to stabilize the shoreline. Flooding from Hurricane Debbie caused significant damage last summer. The village of Waddington also got $600,000 to restore the St. Paul's Episcopal Church. The village of Hewelton got $500,000 to improve its baseball diamond, soccer field, and gazebo and make other recreational improvements. And the first baby of the year at Canton Potsdam Hospital arrived Wednesday night. Adrian Ryan Acero is the son of Marissa Bigelow and Ryan Acero of Gouverneur. He was born on New Year's Day, weighing in at 7 pounds, 9 ounces. Maternity unit employees put together a care basket for the new mom and her baby. North Country farmers with livestock have to make sure their animals have enough food to eat through the long, cold winter. That's why they put up hay in the barn. Amy Feiereisel recently helped some friends in the Adirondacks to stack their last hay of the season, and she sent back this audio postcard.
It's a sunny, frigid morning at Sugar House Creamery in Upper J. Huddled in winter coats, we're waiting for the hay shipment.
It's going to be about 630 bales of hay.
That's Alex Eaton, one of the owners of the farm.
In tiny little square bales. Well, not so tiny. They're like 40, 50-pound square bales.
And what are we going to do with this hay?
We're going to put it in our barn. We'll feed it out all winter to our 12 dairy cows.
That's Margot Brooks, the cheesemaker here and Eaton's partner in crime. The couple have already stacked 2 deliveries of hay. For their 7-year-old daughter, Harriet, this is same old, same old. She's a ball of energy bundled up in winter gear. Say, hi, my name is, and then tell us what we're going to do today.
Hi, my name is. Put out the hay elevator, of course.
The hay arrives on 2 trailers, stacked 8 or 10 bales high.
We've got Kyle in the first truck pulling up, and then Brad in the second truck with 2 loads of nice second cutting from Chateaugay, New York.
Morning. How's it going?
So I'm Kyle LeBear. I'm from Chateaugay, New York.
LeBear hays over 800 acres in Franklin County.
And we made 112,000 small squares this year. Yes. Mostly for horses. Most of our hay goes all over the Northeast, New Hampshire, Massachusetts mostly. But we do have a few local buyers, like Sugar House, who we deliver a few loads to every year.
LeBear starts loosening the ratchet straps holding the hay to the trailer, and Alex Eaton plugs in the bale elevator. 5 of us adults, plus Harriet, climb up the ladder and into the haymow, basically the barn's attic.
Up the ladder we go. You're going pretty far, Harriet.
Harriet climbs up onto the barn's crossbeams. The rest of us are standing on a bouncy floor of previously stacked hay, which is about 7 feet high.
And the whole objective is just to make each layer as solid and not hole-filled as possible, because we're going to be walking on it. So you just fill in a layer and then work on the next layer and just pack the bales in as tightly as possible.
LeBear and his partner start tossing square bales onto the bale elevator. They shake their way up to Eaton, who's standing at the top end.
The hay bales are plopping down off the elevator, and I'm just tossing them back to these guys, and they're stacking them nicely, kind of like Tetris a little bit, because you're just putting them in. Sometimes you have to put them sideways, sometimes you put them, or like turn them 90 degrees. But also, if you take too long to think about where you're putting the hay bale, then you get in the weeds and the bales start adding up and you're in big trouble.
The bales are heavy. We grab them by their twine and shove them into place. For me, it's physically exhausting, but Margot Brooks makes it look easy.
I love stacking hay. It's kind of like stacking wood, you know, you're like putting away the summer's work. I don't know. I like to be romantic about it. Think about the field that the hay came out of and the labor that went into cutting it.
She explains that what we're standing on is fibrous first cutting hay. What we're stacking is second cutting.
And you can see it's a lot more leafy and green in color, and it's where all the protein is. So when we feed out the mix of the 2 hays, they get the nice fiber, which is important for the health of the cow's rumen, and then they get all the protein from the second cutting, which is what we're going to make milk on.
It's 13 degrees out, and we're in the shade of the barn. But pretty soon, we've stripped off our coats and hats and even gloves. We stack 1, 2, 5 layers and get closer and closer to the barn ceiling.
Okay, so Alex, what I want to know is, how do you throw hundreds of bales of this really heavy hay without throwing your back out? Like, what's the technique?
Right. I think I probably do throw my back out. I think that's probably it. And later I'll be sore, tomorrow I'll be sore.
Okay.
But right now, they're sending them up so quickly. It's also super satisfying to fill this barn with food for our cows. Like that is like such a gratifying thing to me.
Sunlight streams through cracks in the barn walls. The hay keeps coming. At Sugar House Creamery in Upper J, I'm Amy Feiereisel, North Country Public Radio.
We have more news all the time and through the weekend on our website, ncpr.org. Music by You Bred Raptors of Hoffmeister. That's down by Pasico, by the way. And Wyatt LaMarche of Canton. I'm David Summerstein, North Country Public Radio.